After a century of humiliation and intervention by foreign powers, Chairman Mao sought to rebuild China's dignity. Mao believed strongly in self-reliance, achieved through using all of nature's resources. Mao's first concern was to feed the Chinese people by turning as much land as possible over to grain production, destroying non-cereal crops and uprooting fruit trees in the process. A campaign to eliminate crop-raiding sparrows backfired when insect-eating birds were also targeted, causing an increase in insect pests. Efforts to make China self-reliant in steel resulted in 10% of the country's forests being felled to feed the furnaces. This had a profound impact on China's environment, with effects in some cases lasting until the present day. Mao's policy towards the countryside has been described in the phrase, "Man must conquer nature," quite different from the ancient concept of harmonious coexistence with nature. As modern China engages with the outside world, which of these attitudes seems likely to prevail? To find the answers, we'll travel to the far reaches of the Heartland to see how its traditional cultures and unique creatures are faring today. Be found in everyday life, even in the center of China's capital city. In the parks of Beijing, mandarin ducks keep a close watch over their young. Believed by the Chinese to pair for life, they have been seen for centuries as a symbol of love and fidelity. Images of these birds are believed to improve personal relationships. As a result, Beijing's mandarin ducks are highly protected. The alleyways of the capital's ancient hutongs are home to a very different kind of creature. Each day, Zhou Guoguang tends his brood of pigeons, his chance to escape the pressures of city life for an hour or two. Up here on the rooftops, Zhou is confident his charges will be safe. But in the streets below lurk dangerous spirits that scavenge and steal. These old sacred sites are highly cherished. Nearly 2 million people visit Mount Ermai each year. But the Buddhist temples are not the only attraction. Mount Ermai is home to Tibetan macaques, the biggest of their kind. Their thick coats enable them to thrive in harsh mountain conditions at altitudes up to 3,000 meters. Ancient Chinese people believed that good deeds towards the human-looking macaques were an investment for eternity. But for these city-dwelling tourists, whose everyday lives are far removed from wildlife, this encounter is an uneasy mix of reverence and fear. For the macaques, too, it's an awkward relationship. The monkeys normally forage for fruit, but the tourists are a much easier source of food. Constant contact with people is changing the behavior of the troop. Once wary of humans, the macaques are growing bolder. How are tourists supposed to know that this eyebrow-raising display means trouble? Some of the more assertive monkeys have to be policed accordingly. While the impact on wildlife from mass tourism is not entirely beneficial, the fact that increasing numbers of people are enjoying nature at first hand suggests